I'm back, and welcome to the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. I'm Pep Fernandez. I was gone last week. David Zink, Jeff Gorm did a great job filling in, and I was trying to relax. I'm one of those guys, Greg, that you go on vacation and you still can't relax. You're thinking about, man, I need to be doing this, or I should be doing that. I kind of feel guilty sitting around by the pool and doing nothing, but I did, and it was awesome. Went to SeaWorld, too. You guys like SeaWorld?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
We got King High School baseball in the house. We're going to talk to the Wolves in just a second. Did the SeaWorld thing. They got this all-you-can-eat pass. I don't know if you guys know about it. Tanner's like, yeah, that's what's up. So you buy like this bracelet and you get to eat all day long. So that was cool, too. But I'm back. I'm feeling good. We got another huge show. We're going to talk King High School baseball to kind of size up the land of the Big Eight going forward here. A lot of good teams in the Big 8 League, season after season. So good. So we're going to talk about that as well. Primetime Polynesian. Now, if you don't know what Primetime Polynesian is, it's a football camp, and a lot of the big names in this area, especially the big dogs, I'm talking about the guys in the trenches, offensive, defensive linemen, they go work out with Primetime Polynesian, and they've got this whole off-season clinics and camps going on. It's going on right now. It all kind of accumulates to the Kumite, which is in June. And I think last year they had like 20 Division I coaches out there. USC, UCLA, Washington. I could go on and on, but all these big-time programs on the West Coast come out to the Kumite and check out these guys. So it's a big deal. So we're going to talk to Primetime Polynesian as well a little bit later in the show. And David Zink, not here. He has the lucky job of going out to the LPGA golf tournament out in the desert. So if that sounds like a good time, great. If it doesn't, I totally understand. But he's out there anyways, and he's going to have a live report a little bit later in the show. It's all brought to you by Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona. We appreciate their support. They've been with us since day one. AdrenalineAthletic.com is the website. They got travel ball teams now for baseball, softball. They can also do basketball, soccer. They train football players there as well. And if you're an adult, they got boot camps. So if you want to get back into shape, they can help you out with that as well. AdrenalineAthletic.com is the website. Spoiled, quick quality oil change in Riverside. They have been so good to us. Bill Navigato is great. His sons play baseball. He's a huge local sports fan. It's a local company, and they're going to treat you right. They give you flowers when you get your oil change. I know you guys like that. The flowers, they give you mints in your car. So they're it's in the name, spoiled. So they're going to spoil you when you get your oil changed out there. And Remax Advantage. Nobody sells more real estate. Nobody. 909-307-5665. Remax Advantage, offering full-service real estate along with escrow and loans. You can visit remaxadvantage.me. They also they take care of you up in Lake Arrowhead as well. So that's lakearrowheadremax.com. So if you want to check that out, looking for a house, looking to get rid of your house, trying to find that dream home, they can hook it all the way up. All right, now we're getting back to high school baseball. Joining us in the studio, live and amplified around the world on the Inland Sports YouTube channel, it's the King High School Wolves. Guys, thanks for coming in on this Saturday. I've been trying to get you guys in for a while, but you play all these Saturday games. Really cramping my style, but we finally got you in. 5 games into Big 8 League play, right? Does that sound about right? Yeah. Santiago and Corona right there at the top. You guys are right there on their heels. This is the obvious question, but what's it going to take for you guys, and any of you can just step up to the mic like you step up to the plate, what's it going to take to chase down the Sharks, chase down the Panthers, hold off Norco? I mean, what's it going to take for you guys to win a Big 8 League championship, because this is a talented group right here?
Well, we started off slow. We can compete with anybody in the Big 8. We're just there just have as many commits as anybody else, but I think that if we play the game the right way and we play it the way we've always been, I think we'd be up there with all top teams.
Anybody else want to chime in?
Yeah, I think that, because, we have a lot of guys who have been struggling so far at the beginning of the season, but we know that eventually they're going to come back, and they've all been slumping a little bit, but when our guys start to come back and start to do good again, I feel like that's when we're really going to excel and, prove how much we can, how good we can be, and that we can compete with anybody.
As long as we stick hard and play hard all 7 innings together, never give up on each other, just play hard all 7 innings, we can beat any team in the Big 8.
So right now, Norco's 2-1, Corona's 3-1, Santiago 3-0. You guys are what, 2 and 3? So you guys got a couple of extra league games on them. What have you guys done well so far? I saw you guys at the RBI tournament at the University of Redlands. Won that thing. I mean, what have you guys done well so far this season? But maybe there's still areas that you guys want to improve on going forward?
I mean, we've come back well. Like, we've been behind in a lot of games and come back and fought very well. Just played hard.
I think one of our biggest things is closing out our games too, because sometimes we have a lead into like the bottom of the innings and we don't close out as well as we should. So I think that's one of the biggest things we need to work on.
And you guys got the Washington Nationals look, right?
Yeah.
Was that by design? Did you go to coach and
Yeah,
say,
they got it from us. I heard.
Yeah, we talked to coach about that one.
you're like, you guys all Bryce Harper fans?
Of course.
Yeah.
You just like the look.
Just
Yeah.
the Wolves, the W goes well.
W goes well. All right, hold on 1 second. I'm going to reach around here, and I want you guys to, whoever can identify this object first, just yell it out. If you guys know what I'm about to grab behind this computer.
A dog.
Shake weight.
Okay, so I saw you guys
Oh.
at the RBI. What is the shake weight all about? Is there a PG story about this? Is it?
There's no
There is
story.
no-
There's no story.
Just
There's nothing
there.
juicy about the shake weight.
It's just funny.
Who wants
It
to hold
gets
the
us all
shake weight
going.
while we do the? Oh, Jeremiah, you got it.
Actually, the shake weight comes from the owner of Spoiled Son, Drew Navagato. It's his.
Yeah.
No
He got
kidding.
it from his
Yeah.
house.
Like,
Yeah.
you borrowed it, or
Yeah.
how did that work?
He
They don't
loves.
really use it, so might as well put it to use.
But why is it so close to the team? You guys won the RBI tournament, and somebody actually grabbed it, and like you guys are doing high fives through the line. I forget who it was. Somebody was actually holding it. It's like, oh, don't forget the shake weight, you know? I mean, like, why is it so important? Is it like a team
Kinda like-
rally cry kind of thing?
Yeah, it gets the team going, you know, it's funny, and then it's just good to have there. It's just funny. It pumps us all up and gets us going
It keeps
into
us
the game.
loose through the games. We're all tense. We just look at it and like laugh. And, like, that's fun play.
Yeah.
Does anyone use it for real? Like,
Yeah.
oh man, I loosened my arms.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just
The
a job.
pitchers,
The
yeah,
pitchers.
actually.
do they really?
They think it's a good idea.
You guys give them a hard time about it, the pitchers?
Oh, yeah.
We give them a hard time about everything.
Yeah.
All right, trying to loosen the mood here. Let's go to Tanner right here. So I was at a game, and Dylan's dad, Matt, was like, hey, you know, Tanner's going to be an MMA star one day. I'm like, nah, I mean, of course, I mean, you do look like a grown man over here. I thought you had like a mortgage and
Thank
3
you.
kids.
Yeah.
But he's like, he knocked a guy out at an MMA gym.
Yeah.
So do you want to go into MMA, and how did you get your start in the sport?
Well, I started when I was 2 years old. My dad got me on the mat before I could even run around. I've been just a gym rat as a little baby, and then, you know, I'm trying to go pro when I turn 18. That'd be pretty cool. See how far and see how good I can get.
Now, what's the story with the guy at the gym? He came in like, hey, dude, I can knock anybody out. I'm the man.
It was a charity event, and
That's even better.
he was supposed to box one of his buddies, and the guy didn't show up. And he said he'd fight anybody. And I was walking around Old Town Temecula, and my trainer called me up, and he said this guy'd fight anybody. He said,
Wait, how old was this guy?
I was 13, he was 30.
Okay, keep going. I like it so far.
He called me, he was like, when you come up, don't be intimidated. He's pretty big, he was 6'6". He's a big dude. Not gonna lie, when I got there, I was a little intimidated, but, you know, just gave him my best shot, and I boxed him, hit him with one punch, knocked him out. Felt good. Felt like hitting a home run.
Right, better than a home run.
Oh, yeah, way better. Felt like butter.
So you were 13 years old.
Yep.
Oh my God! All right, we're talking with the King Wolves. That was Tanner Rochlin talking about his future MMA career. So, do you have to be 18 to turn pro? Is that how it kind of works?
Yeah. 18 legal
So,
person.
so you're in baseball season right now. Do you
Mhm.
take time out to train on the side?
Yeah,
The MMA
sometimes
thing?
I go out after baseball. It's kind of hard though. Ever since high school, it's kind of taken a lot away. But I mean, I love baseball too, so I'm just gonna have fun in high school and then after see where MMA takes me.
You want to do college, or is it? You know what, I'm going to get in the cage and do that.
I'm gonna try and get in the cage.
That's pretty awesome.
I'll
Okay,
go
so
farther.
we're talking with the King High School Wolves here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. Let me go over to Jeremiah here, Mr. Shakeweight in the back. So, your brother was pretty good, right?
Yeah,
Who was better, you or Johnny McRae?
I say me. He has,
Yeah.
he has more power, but I have more skills, I think.
Because he's with the Kansas City Royals organization right now,
yeah, he's
right?
out there right now.
How's he doing?
He's doing good. He should be in high A this year. And
High
it's
A?
his-
That's
it's his
good.
second year.
So where's that affiliate for High A? Do you know? Kansas City? Is it
Somewhere out towards New York.
Oh, okay. I was hoping it was a California League team, but I guess
I
not.
hope. So I could go watch, but I don't
Yeah.
know about New York.
All right, so are you trying to follow in his footsteps? Are you hoping, just go straight to the pros and get drafted and start your baseball career?
Hopefully get drafted out of high school and start my career there and see where that takes me.
All right, raise your hand. Who follows their stats the closest? Like, who's the guy after every game? What am I hitting now? Nope, none of you guys?
I'll check every now and then.
Yeah.
There's got to be like one diva on the team, like, oh,
Yeah.
dude, my ERA just dropped below 1.
There was.
There was?
They graduated, but
Okay.
Coach is always on us about it. He just
Yeah.
wants us to play for the
Yeah,
team, not
play,
care
not
about
care
our own
about
stats.
Because if you're doing your job, you're going to pick up wins, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
numbers
exactly.
don't matter.
Yeah.
Where's my boy Dylan Orick and Kevin West here?
Right here.
The UCR guys.
Yep.
Excuse me. How cool is it to be able to play Division I college baseball in your own backyard for a team that's really on the rise? They beat Davis last night. We'll talk about more about that, the Highlanders, later in the show. But how cool is that your hometown team wants you to come out and play for them, and family and friends, everyone can pile into the Plex and check you guys out.
Yeah, it's awesome that me and Kevin get to share this experience with each other, and our families get to watch us play, and then we get to show our city and make us proud, or make them proud. And Nate Webb's also committed to UCR, and we're gonna play with him too. We've been playing with each other for a while now, so it's gonna be a good experience.
Yeah, we got 3 players from King going there, and I think it's just a special experience to get represent your city through your sport. So.
And we're trying to get a 4th player.
Working on it, huh?
Okay.
You're working on it, huh?
Yeah, end up somewhere else.
Might end up somewhere else?
Yeah.
We'll see. Huh?
Mhm.
Troy Percival's a good dude. I'm sure he's very convincing, right?
Yeah.
He's one of the main reasons I chose UCR. He's a great coach.
Great coach, and he's made it to the big leagues. He knows what it takes. He's probably well connected. He knows everybody around baseball, so that's another good reason that UCR is such a great fit. Rory Smith,
Hey.
CBU commit, right?
Yes.
Is that still good?
Yes.
Are you solid on that? Are you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. Really
Gary
excited.
Adcock's a good dude.
Oh yeah, great dude.
Love their stadium.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
Their star pitcher. Oh man, his name is escaping me.
Tyson.
Yeah, Tyson. He could be like a top 5
Oh yeah, he pumps.
top 5 round draft pick
Oh,
right
yeah.
now. So what was it about the CBU program at Cal Baptist that you really liked, or maybe Coach Adcock said something that you're like, you know what, that really resonates with me. I like that.
I was really looking for the small school atmosphere. It's just it's the right fit for me, and they're not the biggest, small school, small classes, beautiful field, great team, great coaching. It was just an easy sell.
So you like it out there. They
Oh,
have a
yeah.
great stadium too.
Oh
I
yeah,
love their little stadium out there.
gorgeous.
Trevor Cadd, the young guy. Is he the young pup on the team? Is that safe to say, or is there younger guys on the team than Trevor?
We don't look at him as a young guy.
No?
Yeah. He's kind of seen.
Well, you're 1 year older.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how it goes.
But are you another guy that maybe you got the D1 offers coming in?
Yeah, I have 3 offers right now from University of Oregon, CBU, and UCR. I visited all those schools, and I'm gonna go check out a couple in a few weeks. So we'll see where all that goes.
Is it tough balancing? Obviously college is on your horizon unless you're Tanner and you just knock dudes out. But college is on the horizon, so you're thinking about school, but you're also trying to win ball games and do your thing at the high school level. Is it kind of hard to balance? I mean, you're only a sophomore. You still got 2 years in front of you at the high school level.
Yeah, what I've been trying to do with the college is just, focus on high school right now and put college kind of in the back of my mind, because I still have a lot of high school to go, so just focus on high school first, and then when I feel like I'm ready to commit to a college, I don't have a set date or anything when I'm going to do that, so just wait it out until I know for 100% that that's where I want to go, and then I'll probably commit.
Guys, when you look at this team, when you look around your locker room, what makes this team special? I mean, what makes this team, you look around, you're like, you know what, I feel good about this team. I think we can make some noise in the Big VIII League. There's still a chance for us, maybe win a league title, maybe get to the playoffs. I mean, what's special about this team?
We have really good team chemistry. We all get along very well. We all get good laughs together, and then we just have fun out in the field together, and we play for ourselves and no one else.
I think we've been through a lot more than a lot of other teams have, just with the way things been going this year. But our team, you look around other teams, and if you compare our teams to other teams, you could tell that we're a closer bond of brothers, and we just look at each other and want to play for each other and win, so we can win for each other.
Who's got the coolest move? Let's say you hit a double, stand-up double. You got plenty of time. You just trot in a second. Everyone does the we're eating. Okay,
Yeah.
I get that. I was making this push to do a sophisticated eating. Maybe you guys could do it. Get on second base, put your bib on, fork and knife, take a bite. Sophisticated, right? You're in a nice restaurant, instead of flopping up with a spoon. But who's got the coolest move? You shoot a bow and arrow. I mean, who's got the coolest move?
Yeah.
You trot in a second on a double.
We all get the same thing at second base. We heat it up.
Gotta heat up the fire.
Oh.
Fire sticks.
Fire sticks, huh?
Yes, sir.
Our third baseman's pretty cool too. We pull the pin.
Oh, like a grenade?
Yeah.
Wait, but hold on, Coach doesn't like. Is he old school like dude?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
he
takes a
doesn't
while.
like-
It took a while to get
What
used
about,
to it.
Yeah.
about
But
that we couldn't do the dab anymore?
yeah, that
Oh,
was.
yeah.
No more dabs?
No more.
Everybody does the dabs.
Yeah.
He said Cam Newton choked, so he doesn't want us to choke.
We
Wait,
can't,
Coach-
we can't follow him.
Coach
Yeah.
Scott said Cam Newton choked in the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
so
No,
no more
no,
dabbing.
no.
No more dab.
We're not gonna choke
That is
me.
awesome. We're talking with the King High School baseball team. Guys, before we wrap things up, we'll go across the room. We'll just go left to right here. What's it going to take, and I know we kind of touched on this, but what's it going to take for you guys to win that Big VIII League championship? What do you guys have to improve on? What do you guys have to do well in these final weeks of league play? And sneak into the playoffs, maybe win a league title and make some noise. I mean, every team in the Big VIII, at least, it's real top-heavy. The teams on top are really good. There's some real good teams in the Big VIII.
I think we just need to play fundamental baseball, and the baseball we've been playing all year up to this point. Yeah, we started off slow, but I think once we get back from spring break, we're gonna come out hot.
I think our biggest thing is that we just need to put everything together. Like we haven't come close to reaching our full potential, and once we do, I think a lot of great things are going to come.
Yeah, I think the big thing for us is just clutch baseball because we've had a lot of super close games. So, in the 6th or 7th inning, that's when our guys just have to come up big and pitchers keep throwing strikes and things are going to work out for us.
One of the things I think when you do is come up clutch in the key situations that we have, like runners on second and third, 2 outs. We have to get both of those runs in, and in the last inning, shutting things down with the pitchers and playing good defense behind them.
I think we need to take each at bat, every pop fly, every ground ball as its own individual battle. Because if we do that, we come together well as a team. And we need to stick tough in the late innings and have those clutch hits. When runners are on, we need to score them, not leave so many runners on base stranded.
I say translate our team chemistry really strongly into the game and just play for us 100%, want to win more than anybody else.
All right, guys. Well, what's your next game? You got a league game coming up this week?
Yeah, we play Centennial next Wednesday
Okay.
at their place.
All right, so the ball's going to be rolling this week. This is the home stretch. I mean,
Yep.
any seniors in here? You guys are all young pups. Jeremiah is. Okay. Dylan as well. So,
Kevin.
what's that?
Kevin.
Oh, Kevin. I'm sorry. Dylan. Dylan, Kevin. I'm sorry. So this is the home stretch. I'm going to need that shake weight back. Jeremiah.
Can't keep that.
This is my shake weight. I'm going to tell, who was it? Drew Navigato? Is that you said? That's
Yeah.
his shake weight? Last question. Does anyone mess with Tanner at school? I imagine they don't.
Nobody's
Oh,
ever messed with Tanner
absolutely.
before.
If we have any problems, just take it to Tanner. We'll solve it.
Yo, I hang out with
You
Tanner.
I mean,
You
I get
can't
along
get
with
mad at
everyone. I try and be a nice guy, I try and get along with everyone. I don't think there's one person that just dislikes me.
But
for
come on,
anything.
everyone at school must know you're the guy that knocked a grown man out.
Yeah, the
right?
video's gotten around, obviously. Teachers have come up to me asking about it, and students.
He wanted her to fly unless you really pissed him off.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, yeah. No.
All right, Kevin West, Dylan Orick, Trevor Cadd, Jeremiah McCray, of course, Tanner Rochlin. That's our MMA star right here. And Rory Smith, thank you guys for coming on the show. King High School Baseball. Best of luck going forward. If you guys make the playoffs, win a couple games, we'll bring you back. Deal?
Yep,
Sounds
thanks
good.
for having us.
All right, King High School Baseball here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. I'm Pep Fernandez, and we will be right back.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. Here, let me get a quick picture with you guys.
Cool.
It's, you know what? Whoa. Don't shake weight. Let's see, can we all pile right here?
Yeah.
Ready? Do you mind taking it? It's all, yeah, we'll just pile in here.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. So one more, 1, 2, 3.
Cool. There you go, Pep. I'm gonna go blow my nose for a second.
Thank you guys.
Thanks
I
for
really
having us. That was
thank
cool.
you, Tanner.
That was
Trevor.
fun.
Helen, thank you so much. Jeremiah.
Thank you.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys. I
That was
appreciate
fun.
it.
That was cool.
That was cool, right? It wasn't hard.
Yeah, I was doing it.
Hey, Dylan, tell Matt, your dad, tell him I said what's up, and tell him thank you because he helped me, organize a lot of this. I really do appreciate it. All right, so you guys can go out front door. Yeah, absolutely. Or the back door.
Imagine if you didn't need a liquor credit today, and the store simply believed in you. Imagine if they even delivered it, set it up, and serviced it at no additional cost. Well, that store exists. That's Rent-A-Center. Imagine that. No credit needed, affordable payment plans, delivery, setup, and service included. Imagine new possibilities at Rent-A-Center. Rental purchase transaction. See store for details.
When somebody loses a loved one, leukemia, cancer, or AIDS, no one can prepare for the intense emotional distress it causes. I'm Kip Moore, and I'm asking you to help us find a cure so no one will have to endure the pain of losing someone to these horrific diseases. Help the T.J. Martell Foundation raise money for research that will go towards eradicating these terrible diseases. To find out more, visit tjmartell.org.
Do you have a family member who is getting older and can no longer be safely left alone? Get to know Visiting Angels, America's choice in senior home care. With over 500 offices, Visiting Angels assist adults nationwide to continue living in home and avoid moving into a nursing home. Experienced, compassionate caregivers provide assistance in hygiene, meals, and light housework. Services provided up to 24 hours a day at affordable rates. For senior home care you can trust, check out visitingangels.com. Franchise opportunities available. Visitingangels.com.
Hi, I'm Anthony Nardo, owner of Reborn Cabinets. My dad started Reborn Cabinets 30 years ago upon his core value that we should treat every customer's home.
Hey Greg, my next guy's running a couple minutes late, so when he gets here, can you let him in for me?
You can trust BBB's customer reviews because they ensure the information you find out about Reborn Cabinets is verified and truthful. Our BBB accreditation puts us on the short list for remodelers BBB has verified. Reborn Cabinets invites you to check out our reviews
Got a cold?
at BBB.com.
Somewhat.
What if I told you the never-ending concert ticket was in your app store? Yeah, Quello Concerts curates the greatest concerts and music documentaries in one place. These are the performances that matter.
So, do you see Shamu? Was he still around or no? You take him out yet or no?
You can discover incredible moments in music and relive your favorite artists. The highest quality music experience is yours to
Welcome back. Yeah, pretty funny how it went full circle there. Drew Navigato's shake weight ends up with King High School baseball. The Wolves are playing some pretty good baseball right now. The RBI, the Redlands Baseball Invitational champions, right there in the thick of things. But man, a Big VIII League is tough. We saw Santiago do really well at the Boris Classic. Great Oak and Vista Marietta did really well at the Boris Classic as well. Probably the most prestigious high school baseball tournament in the state, if not the country. But really, leading the way and representing the Inland Empire so well was our dear, dear friend Steve Madrill and the good friends at 3rd in Chicago, JW North. Shout out to the Huskies. A 5-run, 6th inning last night to rally past El Camino Real 7-6 to take 3rd place at the Boris Classic. The eventual champion was Miracosta. That was the only team that beat North. So North was right there. They were on the cusp of winning the Boris Classic. Still a great run by Steve Madrill and 3rd in Chicago. They beat Huntington Beach 13-3, and the Oilers at one point were ranked number 1 in the nation. Still one of the best teams in the country. Arguably the top team in the state, although now Miracosta can make that case by winning the southern half of the Boris Classic. And North also beat Orange Lutheran by a score of 6-2. So some huge wins for JW North at the Boris Classic against some of these Orange County schools, El Camino Real from the city section. So I just wanted to give North a little bit of love because, man, they really put it on for the IE at the Boris Classic. So what does this mean now? it means Miracosta will take on the Northern California champion in the Boris Classic, and that will be your unofficial state champion, because it's not really a CIF championship event, but it's kind of the unofficial state championship there. So congrats to Miracosta, but man, Great Oak, Vista Marietta, Santiago having great tournaments, but leading the way, JW North finishing in 3rd place at the Boris Classic. That is incredible. Great run by them. Hey, a reminder here that coming up on IEMG TV, our good friends over there, we have a very special, it's called Sports Weekly League Champions Edition. We do them every season, and we just had the Cajon High School girls basketball team in studio with us. They were great. They're so funny. They do such a great job. They are your CIF State Division II champions. If you're watching us live and amplified around the world, you're checking out some of our highlights from the finest gymnasium in all the world, Sleep Train Arena, home of your Sacramento Kings. I'm a little biased, Greg. Yeah, he's like, dude, that's not it.
It's not the Staples Center.
It's not the Staples. Well, they're building a new arena in Sacramento. Doesn't matter. Cajon won at Sleep Train Arena in Sacramento for the CIF Division II State Championship. So they won on Saturday. Monday afternoon, they were with me in studio for a very special League Champions show on IEMG TV. So please look for that. Check out your local listings. That's IEMG Channel 3. Time Warner, Charter, Verizon, and AT&T. We're also going to have highlights on our next Sports Weekly show of Carter taking on Redlands East Valley. Carter beating Rev twice this week. They swept the Wildcats. Some huge victories for Carter High School. And if you remember back to last year, Carter was the 4th place team from out of the Citrus Belt League. 4th place. Yet the Lions made it all the way to the Division II quarterfinals in CIF last year. So Cajon won league. Redlands East Valley, they were right there too. I mean, there were some really good teams in the CBL. Ukaipa, but it was Carter, the 4th place team out of the CBL, going all the way to the quarterfinals. And now the Lions are back at it again. And they just beat Redlands East Valley twice in 1 week. We will have highlights of Rev and Carter on Sports Weekly on IEMG TV. So we're bouncing all over the place here. You're listening to the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. Just had King Baseball on. David Zink will check in later in the show from the LPGA tournament out there in the desert. So there's a lot going on in the Inland Empire. In a couple of weeks, it's the granddaddy of them all. It's the 2nd annual Inland Sports All-Star Basketball Game. Next week, we will unveil the rosters. A lot of big names. And we got a really big team. So we've got some great players, and they want some really nice things. We're going to crown an MVP. We're going to have a slam dunk competition. We're going to have a 3-point contest. And we're proud to have the Army on for that game as well. Last year, man, we couldn't have drawn up a better script. It came down to the wire, a 3-pointer to win it. And, man, it was just a great game, a lot of big-time dunks. It was just a lot of fun, and it's so good to give back. And we're going to do this again April 15th, 7 o'clock, Norte Vista High School. Excuse me. And then next week, we are going to unveil the rosters for the 2nd annual Inland Sports All-Star Basketball Game. You can follow us on Twitter as well at Inland_sports. And we're going to post the rosters on social media as well, so you can find those online. Remember, the only prerequisite is you've got to be a senior. It's a senior all-star basketball game, and we're going to show these guys off the right way. That's Friday, April 15th at Norte Vista High School, 7 p.m. Once again, you're listening to the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. Proudly brought to you by Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona. AdrenalineAthletic.com is the website. Spoiled, quick quality oil change in Riverside. And Remax Advantage. Nobody sells more real estate. Nobody. And that is a promise. Coming up a little bit later in the show, Penn Talamaival, one of the football coaches, and the uncle of Vianney Talamaival at USC. He's going to check in from Time Polynesian. He's on his way. In fact, they just had a camp last night at Norco High School. And remember, it all builds up to June when they've got the Kumite. And the Kumite is when all the colleges come out and they check out the big dogs eat. It's a huge deal. We've covered it every single year they've had it. And we're really excited about it. So Coach Penn's going to come in here and talk about that as well. Switching gears, back to baseball. And we talked about some of the King High School guys, the UCR commits. We're going to be playing for Troy Percival and the Highlanders coming up. We're talking about Dylan Orrick. He's a UCR commit for King, as well as Kevin West. They're both going to be playing for the Highlanders. Well, UCR had a pretty special deal last night as they retired the number 12 of their longtime coach, Doug Smith. And Doug Smith did some incredible things at the UCR baseball program in his stint. And I got to give a shout out to Ghazal Hassan. He's the voice of UC Riverside baseball. He was on the air. He got Doug Smith on for about an inning and a half. I was driving around last night going to some baseball games and had a chance to catch their conversation live on Fox Sports 1350 during the game. And, man, Ghazal did a great job handling that interview. And Doug Smith, so eloquent in the way he answers questions, just a fine man. And it was really neat to listen to that and kind of reflect back on his career. So now the number 12 at UC Riverside will be retired with, honoring Doug Smith. So he was there at the game last night. They had a big ceremony involving his family as well. So it was really neat to see. And even better yet, UC Riverside picked up a win against UC Davis. Final score of 5-3. So Riverside getting some wins here. I mean, they're a far cry from what we saw last season. They're battling. They're winning some series. You know, if you have a 4-game series, at least if you get a split, take 2 out of the series. And they're really improving, and they've got a lot of local guys, including Ryan Lilly, who shut the door last night. He sealed the deal, came on, closed out the victory. We love Ryan Lilly, although when Ghazal came on, he broke the news that Ryan Lilly no longer has his dirty mop. Cut all the hair off, but still, dirty on the mound, throws some filthy pitches, and he does a great job as well. So, once again, UC Riverside back in action, back at it again. 5:50 pregame right here on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM and the Highlanders Sports Network. Game's at 6, pregame 5:50, so we'll see if the Highlanders can do it again against UC Davis tonight at the Plex. And now that number 12 will be hanging out there in the outfield for Doug Smith, a longtime baseball coach for UC Riverside. We are fortunate enough to have Doug here on the Inland Sports Show when we were broadcasting live and amplified out there at the Plex a couple of weeks ago. He lives locally. Riverside's his home now. He loves his place. And he still follows UCR baseball, tries to make it out to some games when he can. But he definitely follows the Highlanders and what Coach Percival's been able to do his second year on the job now at UC Riverside. You're listening to the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. Greg, let's take a quick break. We're going to really load up the third segment. It's going to get juicy in here. David Zink's going to call in. He's going to give you a little LPGA talk. And I want him to clarify a statement. Because Zink told me, this is what he said, I'm not making this up. He said, I like the LPGA because it reminds me of my game. So I take it as Zink plays like a woman. But I will let him explain, because I'm not really sure. I don't want to put words in his mouth. I will let him explain what that all means. So we'll talk with David Zink from the desert. Yeah, you're not the only one who thinks that, but we'll see. I think he likes to play what he calls the short game. So we'll see. We'll talk to David Zink from the desert. Coach Pentalamaval from Time Polynesian is going to be rolling here any minute. You're listening to the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good.
come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Every sport that we offer here, the performance training is definitely specific to what they need. A lot of people actually come in here for the performance training, and also we have our travel ball program with our softball and baseball teams. Training definitely to get quicker, stronger, faster.
We focus on the customer here.
Restrictions and other terms apply. IE Sports heard right here on Fox Sports Radio 1350 and FoxSportsRadio1350.com. Now here's more with Pep on the Inland Sports Show.
If it sounds like I'm out of breath, it might be. We were running around. Oh, can you get the lights behind you, Coach Pin?
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. It's all good. Greg here, who does everything, almost locked himself out. But I heard him screaming, and we both sprinted down the hallway just in time to see Coach Pin from Primetime Polynesian rolling in. Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. Brought to you by Adrenaline Athletic Training, Spoiled, Quick Quality Oil Change, and Remax Advantage. Nobody sells more real estate. Now, I'm excited about this. I've been waiting to get this guy in studio. He's just so busy, especially on the weekends.
Yes, sir.
It's Coach Pin telling my Val from Primetime Polynesian. Coach, go ahead and just grab that mic, get nice and cozy with it. You guys were in action last night with Primetime Polynesian, the Framp Camp, right?
Yes, that was that's a two-part series. So yesterday was the first one. And we did it during spring break. So the numbers were okay, but our second time around is going to be really big for us. So that one's May 6th, I believe. So. And that's going to be our second one with Framp Camp, and he's really excited about that camp and everything that it has to hold. So it was awesome to see skill players and linemen come together, and we did 11 on 11, which is unheard of. PTP's been doing that for a long time, but when he saw our 11 on 11 and how our linemen were working with skills, he says, this is unbelievable. This is something totally different. You guys are on the cutting edge of making the game realistic again, especially during the off season.
So, the Framp Camp at Norco High School last night, the second part coming up. How would you describe it?
It was fundamentally, because the camp is fundamentally sound. So we had to do all the fundamental drills to teach the kids up. And then after that, everything was from all competition, from one-on-ones to 3-on-3s, 7-on-7, and then we went right to 11-on-11, which was new for Framp Camp. He's never seen this before, especially at this late in the season. He says this is ideal. He's never seen that, and he felt like this is something that's cutting edge for off season. I mean, some schools are doing it, but it's not in popularity right now. 7-on-7 still reigns supreme.
Yeah.
And he felt like this is something that really can help his receivers, help his DBs, help a lot of his skill players, quarterbacks. Especially, it's realistic, and it's so vanilla that we've been able to run schemes off of it. That it doesn't get kids tangled up,
Sure.
But it's fast paced, it's quick. We just have a system in place that are helping kids. So it was very energetic camp, and as usual, it's music, everything's going full speed. There's no walk and talk, it's live action.
You guys do it big. I mean, it's fast paced, right? It's intense. You got the music blasting. I mean, when you go to a Primetime Polynesian run camp, it's business, right?
Right. Coaches are moving along with the players. It's full speed. We have to mimic the game. At the end of the day, you have to give a product out that is going to that has to mirror the game at a full speed, high energy. I mean, football is not a slow game. It's a very active game. And kids are going to go to their school anyway, and their coach is going to change the routines. And so what we try to do is mimic the game, and so that the kids can transition into their schools a lot easier. So, and that's what we're looking for.
Talking with Coach Penn from Time Polynesian. Man, how many years have you guys been at this now?
5 years, and we love the IE. This is it. We've been doing this for 5 years, and for us, it's really about the kids and the fact that they love what they see. The parents are really appreciative of what we do. We put in a lot of work for that time period, and parents love it. And it's entertaining for parents. I hear it all the time.
They love watching, huh?
Well, it's an interactive camp. They're cheering. They're rooting for their kids. A lot of them set out tents. They got coolers, and they said they love the fact that it's no walk and talk, no run of the mill.
Yeah.
And they feel like their money's worth it, and then that we're putting in a product that really helps their kids, and that's the fact. You know what I mean? And they get to interactive, and we if you haven't been to our camp, we narrate it pretty much. So I'm on the mic. We have coaches on the mic explaining to the team.
Like the PA mic, right? So everybody hears it, right?
Everybody hears from step to step what we're doing from the end, start to finish, and that's unique.
Now, I know the Kumite is the big one, right? It kind of all builds up to June, and the Kumite where you've got college coach. I mean, which ones have already committed right now? Because I know college coaches from all up and down the West Coast. They don't miss the Kumite.
Right now, after confirmation, we got Boise State. Of course, the head coach wants to come down.
Yeah.
He wants to bring his guys.
That's big time.
And that's pretty big time for a head coach to come out. Right now we have 17 with Boise State added to the list. 17 Division I schools. Division I AA, and I think one Division II school. But now we got Washington. We got the defensive coordinator Pete K, who's coming out with his staff as well. And it's not usual. It's usual for the Kumite to bring out coordinators, but now you got head coaches coming out. And our whole thing is kids get exposure. Last year we had 16 kids with offers. That's big time. And these, kids were getting looks. Kids that were under the radar or over the radar, and they're getting everything exposed at these camps. And the thing about PTP, what college coaches like, it's not a sit down, it's not a walkthrough. They really see us gauge the kids out through the drills that we do every week, and then we go into individual where they coach the kids up, and then they go into 11 on 11. That was a new one. SC incorporated that into their camp.
USC did?
They did. After they watched us do it, they incorporated it in at their camp. Their elite camps. They said
those coaches are stealing your guys' ideas. But it works, right? The proof is in the pudding.
It works because coaches go, listen, here's a kid that was a 2-star, 3-star kid. After watching him go through our camp, they go, hey, I changed my mind on that kid. So, Coach, what's his name? And what we do is we have a list. So each player will have a list with their numbers this year, and so coaches will know exactly which kid to look for. And some kids have opened coaches' eyes. Here's one, for example. Josiah had no offers. Josiah Sao, who comes all the way from San Diego, no offers, went to the worst schools, according to him, in San Diego history. That's Kearney High School. Fast forward time, going through the camp and been with us for 4 years, Vanderbilt, full ride scholarship.
It's amazing. That's what it's about, right? Getting these kids scholarships and getting their education.
And that's why coaches are signing up for it, because they felt like it was a true assessment on their kids, and their kids are getting really looked at. Now, the kids that don't usually train with us, they're usually out of gas.
Because they're not used to that.
They're not used to that grind. And coaches, from all the feedback from coaches, because we do a Q&A with coaches, they want to see, they go, listen, some kids that I thought couldn't make the mold or make the cut for us, really turned it up. I'm interested. Now they pursue those kids. Not only that, these coaches follow us on our Twitter page, our Facebook. They always want to know the up and which kids we have. And so we're doing a new platform that we're going to post all our kids' page with their info, so it helps coaches out who we're working with. It seems like everyone that we tag or we put a face to or has continuously trained with us are getting a little bit more look than your average players. Because coaches have that trust with us now, and we're building that.
They believe in you guys, and they know the product you have and the kids that you pump out. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, Primetime Polynesian gets all the elite guys, but you don't have to be a 5-star guy. What if you're just trying to make the varsity team or get a starting spot? I mean, PTP can help that too, right?
Right, Pep. When we started this thing, when I told you this when we first started and behind closed doors, I said, listen, when we took Vianney from camp to camp to camp, I said, there's got to be more than this. There's got to be more than a T-shirt and free lunch. And I said, look at all these other kids that are being left out.
Yeah.
There's something more than this. I used to go to camps where it was even today, heavily skill sets, just skill players. I said, we need something for the big guys. We got to build it up for the Empire. PTP is still a big guy camp, and it showcases big guys. And along now, we added the skill component. You don't have to be a 5-star guy. With me, my whole thing is 2, 3-star, all that doesn't mean anything. At the end of the day, your work is going to tell the tale. And coaches are going to come after you on what you do on the field and what your game film and how well you train and who you train with and what you're doing at our showcase camps. That's it.
And how flattering for USC to say, you know what you guys are doing at Primetime Polynesian, it's working. We need to do that.
I even go even further. There's some drills that we do that Utah took.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some of our lineman drills that they incorporate now into their workouts. And after talking to Coach Harding, he uses some of our drills. And in fact, I worked at camp in Utah over the summer. He says, listen, if you don't mind, I'm taking some of these drills and applying it. And I asked him, what made you so interested in our training? He says, here's the simple fact. I see the ideology behind it. I see the logic on why it works. And that's the bottom line. And now we have a product that really works for student athletes. So,
what's up with my boy Vianney? Are they in spring ball right now at USC?
Spring ball, he's doing a great job.
Your nephew.
He's doing a great job. Zach Banner trains with us now. Of course, we're adding a lot of linemen now.
He's huge.
He's 6'9", to about 330. I don't know if
he's got NFL written all over him.
He's the #1 guy right now in the country. #1 tackle in the country. So we're privileged to help him out. We're working with him on all his skill sets. He's probably #1 draft pick. Damian Mama. Continue to work with us. Toa Lobendon.
Yeah.
It goes on. We got Nico Follow now on board with us. And then if you want to go to the other side of the track, UCLA, Christian Garcia. I knew Taoa Poasi Moala. He just goes on and on. Number of kids that gone through our program. Cameron Hunt at Oregon.
Yeah, Cameron. Let's not forget about him.
Cameron Hunt. We got Cammy Delp, who's now at Oregon State starting. Yeah. And shoot, we can go on the list. I said we'll go to Cal. Dwayne Wallace.
Dwayne Wallace out of RCC. Yeah.
He's starting now. He's starting now for Cal. He's in the mix. And then you got Sean Krebs, who's now at Nevada. Leo Lafayette at Memphis.
They're all over the place.
Well, 45 D1 schools, kids will be put out. And once again, we always tell the parents, we're only at 10% of that success. Really, it's the parents that put these kids where they're at. That's it. And their coaches.
You touched on this, and we're talking a lot about the big guys. But like Juju Smith, I mean, you're working all positions now, right?
Right. Juju Smith is a big part of it. You know, it's funny when you work with kids that are not even rated or off the charts. It's funny when they do make it. It always seems like, oh yeah, wow, we didn't know this kid existed, but we love those kids. We love the kids that no one ever heard of.
Yeah.
We want those kids. We want the kids that are either neglected by other schools or don't get the looks, because we proved it over and over. At the end of the day, their coaches are going to help them, and we're just an added support and help those kids solidify where they need to be at. And their parents is a huge factor.
And the parents love it too, right?
You
said they come and hang out. They
do.
Set up a little camp and watch it.
I mean, Pep, you saw last year's Kumite. They literally hang out. I mean, they have their tents. It's like a football game because the camp is so active. It's an active camp. It's an interactive camp. The parents are included in the whole mix of things. In fact, we always invite 2 parents to come down. They dance for a shirt. So, at PTP, you got to dance
to get out. You got to dance at the end.
Absolutely. And you know what's so cool about it? They dance for their shirt, they're out, and they love that. And that's the component. But people don't understand, the dancing component for us is confidence building.
Yeah.
That's it.
Be in front of people,
absolutely,
and have the confidence to just kind of be silly, right?
You know what's funny, though? The kids that usually come in the first time and they dance for the very first time, they're usually very timid. After a few weeks of them being there, it's nothing.
Breaks the ice, right?
It does. And they train. They're a little bit more adaptive to our program. They're a little bit more open to us. And then coaches dance too. So we
do the splits.
Man, I'm tired of doing the splits.
Do you still do the splits?
Absolutely, man.
Okay.
Hey, man, but I do it almost every year. I don't know if I have a hip joint. I don't know if my hip is coming loose, but I know one thing for sure. I probably do the splits. This year I've been easy on it because it hurts, man. At 300
stretch out, man.
Yeah, I can't really tell my weight, but I know when I do the splits, it's gonna hurt, man. But I do it for the kids. I love it, and the parents laugh, and that's part of a camp. You want to enjoy your camp experience.
Yeah.
You want people to feel good. You want people to come there and enjoy yourself. It's family, and you're training, you're learning, and we're pushing you. That's what a camp should be.
That's what I love about Primetime Polynesian. So it's intense, hand-to-hand combat. I mean, especially with the big guys, and you're in these drills. What is it like 1-on-3 and some of these, big lineman drill. You've got coaches from USC and Colorado and Washington and Arizona and all these schools like right there watching you. It's intense. It's I don't say violent. You know what I mean? It's not violent, but it's really intense.
It's football.
Yeah,
it's football, and this is what coaches tell me. He says, I did not know that kid was 6'2". When we looked at his information, or we followed him on Twitter, or talked to certain coaches, he's really 6 feet. But I didn't know he was 6'2".
Yeah.
And not only that, he can move, and he's a pretty physical guy. I want to get his name, I want to get his contact information, and then that's how it happens. But the camp is it's football. It is full speed, high intensity, in a controlled manner, and it's safe for the kids. And at the end of the day, they can transition that to their schools. Mm-hmm. We would never change technique. Their coaches are responsible for that. We won't change anything or tell them to stick to this. We do universal training. We do universal technique work so that it's transferable to their schools. That's it. And that's why we want to partner up with schools and so forth. Come bring your kids. See it for yourself. And that's what's happening. So
at the end of the practice, you guys hug it out.
Absolutely.
And of course, the dancing, like you said, you crank up the music and let the guys dance.
It is. And it's some parents, they tell us they can't even wait for that part. That's their highlight of the day. Some of them tell us, they go, you know what, I never seen my son ever dance like that in front of people, let alone at our family functions. But for them to come out and do that in front of everybody, there's something special about that.
Yeah.
That's confidence. Confidence, you have to do it, right? And some of these kids, they're over there, everyone's staring, they're rooting them on to dance, and then at the end of the day, they dance. And the parents, they feel like, hey, you know what, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Here's my kid that never danced before, never comes out of his shell, but here he is at a camp with 100 and some people around him. He's dancing.
Breaking it down. You know what else I like? I go on like Facebook or Twitter after the camp. Pictures of all these, like the parents take these pictures of their kids asleep in the car because they're just like beat, they're completely worn out. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know you've seen them too, right?
Right, and I get a slew of those pictures and parents tagging us, and it's such an awesome thing because the parents go, now I can have a quiet moment of myself. My son's knocked out, and they can sleep and get ready for the weekend. So I get time to myself. But a lot of parents, they love the component of it. It's real work, it's quality work, it's fun, and it's for everyone. And at the same time, we're helping them progress to that next level. And that's the beauty of it.
Coach Pinn, we got 1 more minute left. You're also at RCC, right?
Yes, I am.
And things been business is booming at RCC, right?
RCC is doing a great job. Coaches out there got a lot of local players. We want local players. We want to push them. Even some bounce backs that we do get are all local kids, and our whole thing is get kids out. Number one transferring JC in the country, by far.
Numbers don't lie, right?
Right, and a lot of that is the same program that we use at PTP that transfer in regards to working. We have one of the hardest training programs at RCC that I drew up that is being incorporated at RCC. We have kids from other schools. I believe, trust this. We got kids that are graduating from other colleges, junior colleges, that come to take our spring classes before they leave.
Just to get that training.
To get that training. It's unbelievable. Right now we're about 100 and some kids.
Wow.
And about 25 to 30 of them are kids that are coming from Saddleback, Grossmont, just to come in before they leave.
Programs, yeah.
To come do our spring classes with us.
All right, Coach Pinn, real quick, where can people get more information on Primetime Polynesian?
Man, it's primetimepolynesian.com. I know it's a mouthful. We're working on changing that soon. But, those are early stages. So it's primetimepolynesian.com. Or you can follow us at PT Polynesian, and that's our Twitter page. Or Primetime Polynesian 1, and that's our Instagram for the latest up-to-date information. That way you can get all the information you need, or you can call us at 909-438-1088. We do have a P.O. box, and we can have all that information. We have all the information you need for your kids.
You can find PTP anywhere.
Absolutely. You can Google us. We're number one on the lineman camp, supposedly, because we're number one on Google, and we hope to make that number one camp, period. We want to showcase kids. We want to build the IE. We want to build our IE area and then spread the gospel everywhere else. We want to build kids. We want to build parents. We want not just a better football player. We want a better person. Coaches are looking for that. Character is a big factor.
And you're doing it, brother. Prime Time Polynesian, Coach Penn, we appreciate the time.
Thank you, Pep. Appreciate it.
Brought to you by Adrenaline Athletic Training, Remax Advantage, Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. It's been a great show. Be sure to check out National Premier Soccer League, the NC Battalion at the SoCal Soccer Club tonight. San Gorgonio, 6 o'clock. You can check it out. We're doing it live on IEMG TV. I'm Pep Fernandez. We'll see you next time on the Inland Sports Show.
Thank you, Pep.